too. How are you squeezing me? Somebody tell me, how am I being squeezed? Tell me how I'm being squeezed. Somebody tell me, please. Somebody tell me. Please, someone tell me, how am I being squeezed? Like a kite on a flight. That's kinda not quite right. Like a kite on a flight. It's kinda not quite right. It's almost right, but it's not quite right. Squeezed like a lemon. Squeezed like a lemon. Am I a phlegmon? What rhymes with lemon? Am I a glemon? Am I a schlemon? A demon? A glemon? A wemon? A zemon? Too tight as ever. LV knows the answer because he says I'm too tight. Tight, 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 tight. T-O-I-G-H-T. 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 Too tight. Yeah. T-O-I-G-H-T. T-O-I-G-H-T. What does it spell, everyone? Let's find out. What does T-O-I-G-H-T spell? It spells tight. Tight. Squeezing me too tight. Tight. Squeezing me too tight. Tight. Squeezing me too tight. Tight. Squeezing me too. T-O-I-G-H-T. 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 T-O-I. Squeezing me too tight. Tight. 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 Yeah. Squeezing me too tight. You listen to Bootsy. Tight. He's my mate. What's he say? Squeezing me too tight. You gotta tight. Stop squeezing me too tight. Squeezing me too tight. Tight. Leave me alone. Squeezing me too tight. Tight. You're squeezing me too tight. I don't like it anymore. Squeezing me too tight. Leave me alone. Tight. No. I want to loosen up. You're squeezing me too tight. Tight. You're squeezing me too tight. I don't want it anymore. Squeezing me too tight. Tight. 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 Squeezing me too tight. Little new boo, he's tight to do. Squeezing me too tight. Tight. Squeezing me too. Little new boo in a ding in a do. He got his little loop pedal and he said, I am going looping, get it in the looping. He's looping in the looping, he's looping it round, up and down, back again. He's a geezer, he's a geezer. Look at the geezers, look at the geezers going. He's a geezer, 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 geezer. He's a geezer, he's a geezer. Oh, why is he a geezer? Why is he what? How come he's a geezer? Well, what it is, right? Because he goes, what he says T-O-T-O-I-G-H-T. He says T-O-T-O-I-G-H-T. You're squeezing him too tight. Yeah. You're squeezing him too tight. Oh yeah, oh yeah. What is there left? He asks, what is there left? Right. Left is left of right and right is right of left. We all talk about the politics, don't we? They say, oh, left is left and right is right. Well, right is right and left is left. So what are we left with? Right? Whew, who knows? But in the end, don't you feel that the whole thing is a farce and it's squeezing you too tight? I reckon it is. It's squeezing you too tight. Aligned Alchemy. Listen to me, Aligned Alchemy. I know that you are someone who knows a lot about a lot of things, right? So the problem is, right, is I keep being squeezed too tight. What can I do when they're squeezing me too tight? What can I do, Aligned Alchemy? What can I do? Me too tight,
Tight.
squeezing me too tight,
Tight.
squeezing me too T-O-I-G-H-T is the way for me. A T-O-I-G-H-T is the way for me. A T-O-I-G-H-T is the way for me. We're gonna take this home now. Squeezing me too tight,
Tight.
squeezing me too tight,
Squeezing me Tight. too tight.
squeezing me too tight, squeezing me too tight, too tight, squeezing me too tight,
Squeezing me too tight.
squeezing me too tight,
Tight.
tight, squeezing me too tight,
Tight.
squeezing me too tight,
Tight.
squeezing me too tight,
Tight.
squeezing me too tight. Yeah.